The Prime Minister, the caretaker Prime Minister, Najib Mikati, and the new President have met. Could you explain to us how important this relationship in the Lebanese system is between the President and the Prime Minister? And also, what will be their first steps together?
All greetings to you and to your viewers of Cairo TV. Simply, when a new president takes office, the first thing that the prime minister does would be to sit with the new president and to forward the prime minister's resignation, or to declare if he wishes to continue in office or to step out. So the new president is consulted on this. So far, there is a willingness for assigning the post of the prime minister to a new person. This has been clear in the speech of Najib Mikati, who is the caretaker prime minister, because Najib Mikati till this point was not a popular prime minister, and he was when he was assigned by Michel Aoun, he did not get the approval of the parliament, and afterwards Aoun left office as a president, and the parliament was suspended, and then the war erupted. So therefore I believe that the new president of the republic in Lebanon might assign someone else to be the prime minister if there is no consensus in the parliament that Najib Mikati continues.
Okay, and you might have heard earlier in our bulletin we were talking about Youssef El-Khalil, who is the finance minister, and he has spoken of his optimism at economic reforms. What kind of way might the new president go about trying to restore financial trust?
The Lebanese economy truly needs pouring a lot of blood into it, a lot of foreign direct investments, and before all, the Lebanese economy needs stability, needs to stabilize the conflict with Israel, and to make sure that the new president and the new government are controlling the situation, and to make sure that Lebanon will have only the weapons in the hands of the official Lebanese army. If all of these elements are there, there would be stability, and thus I believe there would be many countries willing to help Lebanon, and many have shown their readiness to help Lebanon and pour more investments into Lebanon. And actually, there is a lot of potential for Lebanon that was waiting for stability. Many of the cadres of Lebanon nationwide were waiting for stability in Lebanon to be helping their country, because Lebanon for months was close to full collapse.
Okay, so what challenges then would you say that Lebanon is facing when it comes to implementing reforms and also attracting foreign investments?
The first of these challenges for Lebanon, and even before speaking about reforms and investment and attracting investments from outside, the prime thing is to make sure of a full Israeli withdrawal from the south of Lebanon, and to spread the Lebanese army there, and to make all the weapons under the control of the Lebanese state, and to form a new government. And this government should be capable of controlling all the elements of economy in the Lebanese state.
And continue.
There had been certain elements controlling some parts of the Lebanese economy. Hezbollah was controlling part of the Lebanese economy, including the ports, including some airports. And there were certain economic zones under the control of others. So if the state is controlling everything, this will revive the Lebanese economy and attract foreign investment.
So how significant is the United Nations support for Lebanon following the presidential election, and what role can it play in addressing the country's political, economic and security challenges?
For sure, the international community should be helping Lebanon. It should be helping restoring the Lebanese army control and to ensure armament of the Lebanese army so as it can face the internal and external challenges. There should be also investments, and there should be also aid and grant as much as possible to Lebanon. It should be abundant so as to help Lebanon to rebuild its economy. Because as I said before, Lebanon was on the verge of bankruptcy, and even worse, the war on Israel over the last 15 months led to the destruction of a lot of infrastructure in Lebanon and destroying a lot of homes in Beirut, southern Beirut, and many places.
Well, let me ask you about that. We've touched on that a couple of times now, the situation with Israel, and despite that ceasefire in November, there has been continuing artillery strikes and troop activities in southern Lebanon. How will the new president deal with this situation, do you think?
His president is trying to emphasize that the Lebanese army will be spread in the south, will be replacing Hezbollah in the south, and thus assuring Israel and the United States about the situation. And thus Israel would accelerate its withdrawal from the Lebanese territories. Israel, according to the truce agreement, was supposed to be withdrawing from the south of the Litani River within 60 days. The 60 days, now we have finished some two-thirds of them. So it's only a matter of a few days and the whole truce time is expired. It started on the 27th of November and it will be expiring and the withdrawal should be ended by the 27th of January. So the new Lebanese president should be moving closely with the army and with the international forces so as to pressure Israel to continue and fulfill its withdrawal in the due time.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for joining us here on Qnews. That was Ashraf Abu El-Houl, who is the managing editor of Al-Ahram newspaper. Thank you very much for joining us.